Good morning. We're back right at it with another club meet. So today the goal is to trade away these three Lamborghini Jay Leno chase pieces from Car Culture. Let's get inside and see if we can make some deals. So getting right into the trading room, I noticed right away that we did not have as big of a turnout as we have had in the past for our monthly meet. Just not that many tables set up today, but the few tables that we did have, plenty of gems to be had. So a lot like this table here, you can see plenty of ID chases, older premium releases, Fast and the Furious, got some treasure hunt action going, old school boulevards. I was eyeing some of those supers, especially that short card 32 Ford for just 65 bucks. I feel like short card supers are always selling in that 100 plus range. Got a drag bus convention, old school Fast and the Furious Supra with the gray wing, some RLC action, and I did bring my son with me to the meet as well too, and he had a ball just checking out all these cars, telling me which ones we already had and which ones his sister had, which ones he wanted for his own personal collection. So super fun to just bring kids to shop around as well too. So here we were at roughly the second table of the show, and I'm already making my first purchase. You can see the deal here, $3 a car or 2 for $5, and there was one car in particular that caught my eye and I knew I had to take advantage of that deal. This Kmart K-Day Lamborghini Aventador in blue. I had to pick that up along with the Veneno in green. And at the next table over, this gentleman had quite the Greenlight collection, all with pop culture references, movies and TV shows like History Channel, MacGyver, Barrett Jackson, Gone in 60 Seconds, The Brady Bunch. It just made me think how much we don't appreciate Greenlight for all the extra licensing that they do. Got a John Wick 2. We all know how hardcore John Wick is. I mean, I would honestly argue that Greenlight does a better job with their pop culture references than Hot Wheels does, and they definitely do not get the love for it. So kudos to this gentleman for just collecting all of these neat pieces to, at the very least, even if he didn't sell any of these, at least they were on display. We got to see all of them up close and all together. So getting ready for deal number 2 that I made on the day. This table had some very reasonable priced pieces, some older premium castings, some older super fast cars. He had the Godzilla R32s, some newer main lines that he was selling for relatively good deals. I mean, $3 to $4 a piece, but I was gravitating towards that Ultra Hots S14, and no hesitation here, picked it up for $5 as listed, and the gentleman even threw in that R32 as a bonus. So only a couple of tables left, but this gentleman, I would say, probably had some of the more higher end pieces, so go into the 124 scales. Then he had a Grand National, the original Boulevard lineup at $35, which wasn't a terrible price. I even considered it for a second. A couple of premiums, some older premiums, opening featured cars, road tripping. So a lot of good stuff, plenty of cool deals, plenty of cool casts, even with the smaller turnout. Jumping over here, this gentleman had quite the array of 2-packs, Target exclusives, a couple of RLCs and 2s. Got the new Bugatti Divo Target Red Matchbox exclusive, some pretty cool pieces from a couple years ago like the Golf Mustang, Fast and the Furious set, the old school Euro set. Just some pretty neat pieces that, again, if you did not already have them in your collection, a great opportunity to just fill the gaps. That's what I love about these local meets, is that you can definitely fill the gaps within your collection. And then it was my son's turn to pick a car, and he picked this pretty sweet twin mill old school card, metal base metal body, from one of the more seasoned collectors that always shows up to the monthly meet to sell his cars. And this is one of my favorite tables, as I've mentioned before, but always crushing the retail price of today, selling all these classic Hot Wheels at just $1 a piece. I mean, he was even nice enough to just let my son have the car for free, but I told him I'm teaching my son a lesson here that, you know, we show gratitude and respect wherever we go. So we paid the $1 for the car. And again, just out of gratitude for him always being there at the show, at the very least, just showcasing the cars out of his collection. And hopefully he walked away with a good amount of money to show for all the hard work that he's put into his collection and to just come out and sell for the day. But just look at all this classic vintage Hot Wheels. I mean, some of this stuff you almost wonder, are you ever going to see this kind of stuff ever again? I mean, when is it going to be gone entirely to where we're just never going to see it again? I mean, I honestly feel like these prices are on point or maybe even too reasonable. So unfortunately, with the smaller turnout this month, I was not able to trade away the Jay Leno garage chase pieces. I did show them to a couple of my buddies and some of the local guys, but again, nobody really had the interest or anything that I needed on their end to trade for them. So we'll just hold those for another rainy day where we can strike up some pretty awesome deals. So the haul for the day really was just these 4 cars right here. You got the Lamborghini Veneno in green from 2016, and I've always thought that this was a very intricate Lamborghini casting. I mean, just all the duct work, all the angles and odds and ends to the cast overall, the spoiler, everything is molded right into the die cast. So I've always been a fan of this casting. I know that's not everybody's thought when they see this car. It just kind of looks oblong and sort of like a UFO, but I personally like it, so I always pick it up if I can find it for a good deal. It actually has been somewhat MIA the last couple of years, and we just saw it brought back into reproduction here with the Speed Machines Car Culture set. So hopefully you were able to get that casting out of that set if you don't have one of these older releases from back in the day. And then you got the Lamborghini Aventador Mirror Homage, the Kmart exclusive in blue from 2018, 50th anniversary, one of the last years that they did the Kmart K-Days. And it's just got a lot of sentimental value to me. And again, picking up both of these Lamborghinis for $5 for 2, I felt like that was more than a steal, because the Veneno right now currently sells for around $5 to $10 depending on where you get it and condition. The Mira Kmart K-Day right now is sitting about that $15 price point. So both of these cars together, it's about a $15 to $20 value. And then the second deal on the day was the Ultra Hots Nissan Silvia S15. I picked that up for $5, and we know that the retail price on Ultra Hots is $3, so I really only paid $2 more than retail, which I feel like is very reasonable. And then the seller one-upped himself. He gave me the Nissan Skyline R32 Godzilla for free. It does have a pretty significant crease in the card, but I'm sure he saw me eyeing that piece, and before I walked away, he just handed it to me. So nothing but respect and gratitude for that man right there. So all in all, I mean, that was a great pickup there. The Ultra Hot Silvia S15 right now, secondary market, it sits around that $5 price point. So again, a fair pickup from both ends. And then on my way out, I ran into my buddy who had a bag of trade goodies, and this was one of the cars that he had. The Super Mario Brothers movie exclusive standard cart with Mario figure, and I had to have it. I picked it up from him for just $6, which I felt like was a fair price given that these are probably around that $3 to $4 retail price point. But these aren't your Hot Wheels premium assortment or pop culture sets. This is actually on the pegs with the other Mario Kart cars. So they're not typically where the premium cars are, but they're kind of right next to it with all the other Mario Kart cars with Peach and Donkey Kong and Toad, etc. So I haven't had any luck finding this piece, so I was more than happy to just pick it up from my buddy, give him a little extra spending cash at the show. But this, guys, will end up in another movie later this month, so stay tuned on that. And last but not least, we got a little mail call from Mr. Jody Sims, Mr. Jode0. If you're not checking his channel out yet, definitely get over there and give the man some love. But he had let me know that he had sent a package for my son for his birthday, and that's exactly what these pieces are. So again, I appreciate it, Jody. You didn't have to do this, but I know the little guy is definitely going to be excited when he sees all this stuff on top of the twin mill that he picked up at the show today. But just going through to see what Mr. Sims sent me, or actually sent my son. Haha. I'm not gonna keep any of this, I promise, guys. But we got the Star Wars C3PO in gold. Looks like a drag bus. That's pretty neat. Got a couple of Matchbox cars. Here's a Dune dog. Oh man, he loves trucks, so this is right up his alley. He also loves police cars, so this is perfect. BMW X5 police car. And we got a little Momo liveried Beetle monster truck here. This is pretty cool. I know these licensed monster trucks, these, for some reason, they're always sitting at the auto parts stores. So if you're having trouble finding these particular releases, that's where they are. Your O'Reilly parts, your AutoZones, Advanced Auto Parts, etc. But that's pretty neat, being a bug. And then he had told me about this, but it is a custom wheel swapped Spin Masters Monster Jam Gravedigger, my son's favorite monster truck. Oh, my fault. There's a Gravedigger. Looks like a Gravedigger NASCAR right here as well too. That's pretty cool. Looks like a Ford Mustang if I'm not mistaken, but that's pretty cool. I believe these are Walmart exclusives where you get the truck and the little NASCAR along with it, but pretty sweet. Oh man, look at that. It's raked. It's got the big wheel in the back and the small skinny in the front. Man, that's awesome. Yeah, my son's gonna love this. So thanks again, Mr. Jody. Oh man, he's gonna have a ball playing with all these cars, these monster trucks, and he's got a matching pair now. So couldn't thank you enough. I'll let him know and I'll show these when he gets home. But that's what I got for you guys today. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time on DieCash Cars.